Today I'll be presenting an assignment of Jordan, a 19-year-old young adult who recently aged out of foster care system. I'll be looking at Jordan's situation through the different theoretical frameworks and discussing the factors that may affect his transition into adulthood. I'll also talk about possible interventions a social worker could use and how Christian values such as compassion, justice, and recognizing the worth of every person connected with social work practice. Jordan at a glance, Jordan is dealing with several challenges at the same time, but I would not view him only through his problems. He has already graduated high school, has a clear interest in college, and is connected to transitional housing. His placement history may help explain his mistrust and difficulty maintaining relationships. The goal is to build on his strengths while creating practical support for education, employment, finances, relationships, and emotional well being. Two frameworks for Jordan. I chose emerging adulthood and attachment theory because they explain different ways or different parts of Jordan's experience. Emerging adulthood helps us understand why education, work, identity, and independence may feel unsettled at age 19. Attachment theory helps us understand why repeated placement changes could affect trust and connection. Using both keeps the assessment balanced because Jordan's struggles are not just personal choices. They are also connected to development and his past relationships. Framework one, emerging adulthood. Emerging adulthood is helpful because it gives Jordan room to develop without expecting him to have everything figured out at 19. The framework supports exploration and recognizes that education, employment, and relationships can change during this period. The risk is assuming every young adult has the same freedom to explore. Jordan has fewer family and financial support, so I would use the framework while paying close attention to his actual resources and responsibilities. Framework two, the attachment theory. Attachment theory fits because Jordan experienced repeated caregiver and placement changes beginning in childhood. Um, Research with former foster youth shows that attachment insecurity and placement disruption can be connected to lower perceived social support. I would not diagnose Jordan's attachment style based only on his history. Instead, I would use the theory to guide consistent, trustworthy practice and help him build stable relationships with mentors, peers, or staff, and other supportive adults. Adolescence shapes the transition. Adolescence includes major physical, psychological, identity, and social changes that can carry into young adulthood. Family stability and support can affect trust and confidence, while culture shapes identity, belonging, and how a person experiences institutions. Spiritually may provide meaning and support. Sorry, spirituality may provide meaning and support, but it can also involve questioning or conflict. For Jordan, repeated foster placements likely interacted with school peers, identity development, and access to consistent adult guidance. Culture and spirituality, ask, don't assume. Hardy and Nussbaum described religiously as multidimensional and connected with other areas of development. That means spirituality should be assessed with curiosity instead of assumption. The same is true for culture. Jordan's identity and community experiences could influence trust, coping goals, and willingness to seek help. I would ask open-ended questions and about what gives him meaning, who he considers community, and whether cultural or spiritual supports belong in his plan. Christian teachings about compassion, justice, service, and human worth fit well with core social work values such as dignity and worth of a person, service, and social justice. For Jordan, compassion means listening without judgment, while justice means addressing barriers to education, housing, and employment. These teachings should guide the social worker's behavior rather than be imposed on Jordan. His own beliefs and choices must still be respected. My first assessment would look at both risk and protection. Jordan reports anxiety and isolation. So I would screen for safety concerns and determine whether counseling is needed. At the same time, housing, education, employment, and money management need practical attention. His strengths matter because they give us a starting point. He has completed high school, wants college, and is already connected to a program and social worker. The intervention plan should reduce overwhelm by turning large goals into smaller actions. I would first make sure Jordan's basic needs are stable. Next, I would focus on dependable relationships because social support is especially important for young people leaving foster care. Education support could include completing one application task at a time. Employment budgeting and coping skills can be practiced in real situations, so Jordan gains confidence instead of only receiving information. These goals are meant to make Jordan's plan feel manageable. The social worker should complete tasks with him at first instead of simply handing him referrals. Progress can be reviewed every few weeks and adjusted based on what is working. The goal is to cover multiple areas because independence is not only about employment, education, money, emotional coping, and reliable relationships also contribute to long-term stability. The biggest caution is using theory as if it completely defines Jordan. Theories are tools for understanding patterns, not labels for a person. Jordan should remain involved in every major decision. I would also avoid treating independence as meaning he should handle everything alone. Healthy adulthood includes knowing when and how to use support. Christian values can shape compassionate practice, but Jordan's own spiritual beliefs must be respected.